going to take your picture now, if that's all right. It's hard to get you guys, but I'm going to do it. It's going to take a lot. Hey Willie.
Yeah.
Do we have that list of people who are here?
Yeah. You might be up there.
Hold on.
So you want me to the crowd?
Yeah. Come on, man.
That one's collector's item.
Is that song based on someone you've met?
I haven't met him, my friends.
Yeah, list of...
Is one over there? No?
You can just do the Congo Crows one.
Oh yeah.
There's only 6 of you, but anyways, after I'm done with my photography, we're going to call one of these names, and you get the set list, which is down there, and to request. I'm going to play 2 more songs after this, and you can request one of them.
What do you want to do? Do you want to tell me when to stop?
Yeah. Just keep on going up and down.
Can we sign that?
Incentives are nice. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm ready. Ready? Stop.
Jason Harper. That's Jason.
Is there a JAS? What should that be? Jasos?
The email address is EA1979@yahoo.com.
1979? Anyone?
What?
It's from last night.
I'm Jason. Has anyone signed this tonight? One person?
I'll sign it.
Pass it around. There you go. We'll start over here.
So this is, the Congo Crows is an organization we started that's focuses on women's rights and gathering, partnering fans and musicians together to do service and activism, and the one that we're specifically involved with is women's rights, and even more specifically now we're focusing on Syria and the refugees in Syria, because there's millions of people without a home, and often the majority of the refugees aren't even in camps because the camps are totally overfilled. So that means through this winter, people have barely are staying alive in the cold, and it's been a really bitter winter there. So we're, for $20 US each, we're sending over winterization kits, and that means a tarp and wool blankets and wool socks and wool hat. So we're collecting in that bowl right there. If you have any change, just throw a couple euros in or whatever, and then hopefully we'll have enough to buy a few winterization kits for every night we stop on this tour. I think it's what's going on in Syria doesn't get a lot of attention in the States. I don't know about here. There's a lot going on in the news. I'm glad to hear that here it's more on people's minds. But I think there's always a lot going on in the news. But what's happening in Syria is millions of people displaced, hundreds of thousands killed, I think it's a real crisis, the worst humanitarian crisis, currently. And so, whatever we can do to help the women and children and stay warm and get through this as best they can. I guess I'll have to play an extra song. Any other requests?
All in possession.
Oh, actually, I will play that, okay. This is a song about my friend Troy Davis, who was killed 2 years ago by the United States and the judicial system that failed him. It's basically about Troy. It's about people like Troy. I think even Troy knew that he'd been up for execution 3 times, and he just didn't think that. He just thought he knew his days were numbered, even though we didn't quite believe that the state of Georgia would actually kill him. But I think he knew that even if he died, that there would be more like him, and he was really an example to us all to why the death penalty is a flawed system, because we're humans and we make mistakes. And, just recently in the U.S., a man was killed, and then it came out a week later that his DNA goes against the evidence that they used to kill him. So we play this in honor of Troy and in honor of those who are still on death row.
And all my
name. Hey, Willie.
Nope.
Thank you for signing up for that, those of you who on this side who were forced to.
Do the drums.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
How's that?
Jean-Baptiste Depinay.
That's me.
Wow.
This is for you. Any song you want to hear? You can pick any song.
Adelaide.
If I know it, what?
Adelaide.
Adelaide, okay. So part of this song comes from when Matt, Willie, and I were jumping trains across the United States. We heard you can do that here in France a little bit. Do people jump freight trains here?
On the roof?
Yeah, like on freight trains, like carrying coal or
No, not so much.
lumber.
No, because our trains go fast in France, so you don't want to risk it. You don't want to risk it.
Don't risk it. No. So Matt and Willie and I are, although Matt, and we were reading some. It might be my bio even. It's like Chad, his brother, and his cousin went across.
Yeah, Emmeline called me one day and said, did Chad's cousin get in trouble? And I said, no, what are you talking about? Well, I read an article about Chad getting in trouble with his cousin. That's when I had to come clean with her.
Yeah, you're like, Mom, we're related to the other side. We got in a lot of trouble once we got to California, and it was probably the scariest thing that's ever happened to me, maybe to all of us. We jumped out of the train yard. I was leading, unfortunately, and being this senior member of the crew, we jumped over a barbed wire fence that was facing towards us, which kind of perplexed us because I was like, well, usually the fences are getting out of train yards, the barbed wire is faced the other way to keep people out of the yards, but this one was faced inwards towards the yard, so we're like, that's weird, but we should get out of here before anyone comes. So we jumped over it, and we realized we had jumped to like a military and NSA, National Security Association. What does NSA stand for? So we had jumped into an even worse area. We were wandering around, and we're like, man, this place is kind of empty. Like, where's the diner? And we realized like it was too quiet. And then all these SUVs surrounded us, and the SWAT team got out. And I swear to God, it was just like the movies. It was like they came out full, just like, they're just really scary shit, like pressing their guns into our necks and saying they were gonna scramble our brains. And Willie was mentioning something the other day, I forget, he said, you looking at me sideways? Was that you? He said that to you?
Yeah, my hair was in my face. I had longer hair and I went like that, and he thought I was like scoffing at what he was saying when he was telling us our charges.
You looking at me sideways?
Yeah. I'll hog tie you so quick. I'll hog tie you so quick.
I'll hog tie you so quick. Anyways, so it's kind of rare I have both Matt and Willie here, so it's nice to just bring up old stories. He fell in love with a reservation girl during the time of the sugar beet harvest. They moved out west to the coast where he built her a bed, made a shag bark from Sherwood Forest. And things were good until she told him goodbye. Said they were better off living separate lives, and maybe they was. But should we stop and take her with us? Should we stop and take her with us? Should we stop and take her with us for all our time? So we left Worcester with our boots and our bags, and America undressed herself in front of our eyes. My sister told me, my sister told me, no island gangs in the hills when the hickory falls, and you never know when you're gonna need to run from it all like we did. But should we stop and take her with us? Should we stop and take her with us? Should we stop? I always do my Paul McCartney head bob during that part. It started off as a joke, and now it's involuntary. For all our time, Adelaide, you know you're just no good for me. You know it's just so hard to see that you were right. Oh, that you were right. She was dangling her legs over the little Colorado River, asking the last bit of sunlight if all of Arizona told me. Arizona told me. So I asked her if she wanted to fly, if maybe she needed a ride to go anywhere at all. Should we stop and take her with us? Should we stop and take her with us? Should we stop and take her with us for all our time? Adelaide, you know you're just no good for me. You know it's just so hard to see that you were right. Oh, that you were right. Oh, Willie, I wish that you could love me less. Oh, Willie, I wish that you could love me less. I tried, he said underneath his breath, I've tried. Oh, Willie, I wish that you could love me less. Oh, Willie, I wish that you could love me less. I tried, he said underneath his breath, I've tried. Adelaide, you know you're just no good for me. You know it's just so hard to see that you were right.